beautiful souls. Welcome to this twin flame reading. I am Jeanette from Energy Wake 1111, and I will do a checkup on the union energies for the sorry, that's my bird. I will do an energy checkup for the feminine and the masculine, divine feminine and divine masculine, and keep in mind then that this is mirror, that I ask for cards that will represent both the female and the masculine in both sides, and then I will do it. I have drawn some cards for the energy checkup between them. Last time I did it while I was taping, and I was kind of distracted, so I did this before I started the tape. I also had a look at all the cards before I started, so I can kind of channel it through to you. And I'm just gonna start with the feminine like I did the last time. Feminine on the left, masculine on the right. And we're gonna start with what's going on, what the higher self is telling us about what's going on with the feminine, what she needs to know from her higher self. Like the last time, I think we got this the last time also. Being ordinary, doing ordinary things, just kind of drop the trying to manifest the union, just live in the now, and be present, because we have this card, and this is the union card, reunion and union card, celebration, because when she goes with the flow and lives in the moment, the union will happen automatically. I also got this card. If you're feeling like you are, this is the devil card in the ordinary tarot deck, but this card, it's about how other people have been told that you should be. So you may, I got this being a lion in a wolf pack. I know that this is sheep, but that was I got, because when I think of wolves, they kind of hollow, I think. They make this sound, and when they keep making sounds, then you can, if you don't make your sound, then it's just, and if you don't make the sound loud enough to over, how to express this, sorry for I'm getting it in Danish, but I'm gonna try to translate what they're saying. If you feel like this lion and you can't be heard, and if you don't feel like you can make your voice loud enough in the crowd of all these wolves, then don't be afraid to express, because you're not alone. You maybe feel like you're alone, but you have to. It came out with the world card. We are the world. So you're not alone, and you don't have to feel like this lonely lion in this world of sheep in this card, but like I got in the wolf pack. Maybe you've been taught that who you are is not who you're supposed to be. Maybe people have pointed fingers at you for being yourself, and you have felt very alone, and you don't have to, because your higher self is telling you it's time to step forward and and be who you are. You're not alone in this world. Instead of doing the masculine high self, I'm just gonna keep doing the feminine this time. I think I did it the other way around the other time, but I'm kind of just going with what I'm guided to. Forgiving and learning, because the reason why I'm doing that is because there comes something about what I was saying earlier about being ordinary, doing the ordinary thing and going with the flow, because we got color. This is what the soul is kind of here to learn, going with the flow. Allow flow and synchronicity into your life. So the soul right now is learning to forgive and learning. And the card says on the Romance Angels card, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. I'm sorry for that. I try and read that again. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So be present. It's really what your soul is learning. Maybe you are all about connecting with people because you feel like you're alone, and you're trying to learn right now. Your soul is trying to learn to go with the flow and just be in the moment, because that is when union is gonna happen, both in you, inside you, but also on the outside. When you are in union in the inside, you will get union on the outside. So what's going on in her life, in her physical world, in the 3D? Commitment and action. So, commitment. You dedicate yourself to your beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. Action. You have the courage to express the unique loving colors of your soul. So again, it's kind of what the higher self is trying to tell you. Be yourself. Commit and take action on what your true self, your authentic self, and that's what you're learning right now, to go with the flow and be whole. And that's what you're kind of committed at taking action on right now. I hope that resonates with you. Now we're gonna go to the masculine side. He is a little bit more struggling. Maybe you're struggling to manifest something. If you're feminine and you can relate to this, then the message is also for you, and you're kind of in this process of reunite your two sides of yourself. So this is what's happening on the masculine side. 7 of Pentacles. You can see that she and her kids are kind of focused on the plant, and that's seeing what's going on beside them. What I'm getting from this is, and the Ten of Wands came out at the same time, kind of a witch burning on the fire. What I'm getting is he is burning his bridges about what he has manifested unconsciously. He is getting more conscious about what he is manifesting in his 3D world, in his reality, and he's burning those bridges that don't serve him anymore. He's coming to realize that not everything is as it seems. Sometimes there's more behind than just the plant in front of him, and he's coming to realize that maybe that doesn't serve him anymore. And why I'm saying that, it's also the reason why I'm doing this the way that I'm doing this, because I'm getting some messages about the third person, about him flirting a lot, and letting go of that way of acting, and that side of him, because it's no longer serving him, and he knows that. Again, as we have the Five of Pentacles, and with the Seven of Swords. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce it. This is about change. 5 is about change and manifesting its pentacles. So he is learning. He's communicating with his higher self. His higher self is finally telling him that this is, that there needs to be a change in his behavior. And this change is going on as we speak. And why I'm saying that is because I know as we get further down, you will see why I'm kind of referring to that. He knows that he has to change, and he is speaking with his higher self about this. He's communicating it, maybe not to his feminine, but his higher self is telling him how to burn the bridges, and end the cycle that he has been in. So maybe he's ending relationships, maybe with, I'm getting, it can be a woman, man, if that is what you're resonating with, or it can be a job, or some place. I'm also getting it if you live somewhere that doesn't serve you anymore, then it's also about that. And we get the Star. Wish is coming true, about creating the wish. You can see that he's kind of holding his hand up, and the star is quite bigger than the other stars. So he has sent out a wish, a big wish about this change, a change of behavior. And why I am talking about this third person, and maybe it's going to resonate for a lot of people, that is a woman, a marriage, dating someone, a third party. It's because I got the dating queen with the sexuality card, and it says openness, sharing, beauty and honor. And I got some clarifiers about that, because I kind of got the idea that it's something that his soul is learning right now. It's not because he wants to be in this behavior, but it's something that his soul needs to learn while he's on here on the in this earth. Sorry, I'm kind of getting a lot of energy, and at the same time there's a major shift going on right now. I can feel it. But it's about problem solving. You can see all these puzzles falling into place, is what I'm getting. Falling into place about his behavior, about this behavior, about, if it's about work, it's about having different workplaces, and this is finally kind of getting resolved, but he doesn't have to. I kind of need to clarify that what's changed he needs to because I felt like because I got failure and denial and in his physical world, so I kind of had to clarify what his soul is kind of. You also need to learn and get some rest to get out of this. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again in the world, in the physical world, because you're gonna fail if you don't if it's not ready to let go of yet, then it won't happen. Then you're just gonna keep repeating the same mistake over and over again. So get some rest is what the butterfly cards say, and keep the faith. So this is all about that the change will happen, but it will happen when the timing is right. You can't force it. You can't try and solve it with your head. You have to solve it with your soul. So that's what I got. But this will be solved. And that is also why that he is feeling like he's failing, because he's been doing the same thing over and over again. Maybe he's been, like I said, what I'm got from this, it's maybe he's been in relationship, a lot of relationships. Maybe he's been that kind of, he couldn't figure out what he wanted, so he just dated and dated, but his soul needs to learn something about being open and sharing his sexuality, and he's kind of in denial also about that, or he has been in denial, because he's talking to his higher self and he's telling him to burn those bridges, to change, and showing him the truth about what he has manifested, and that manifestation is gonna change in the future, and maybe as we speak it's changing, that he knows that he has to change this, but it can't happen with doing the same thing over and over again. So maybe his denial about trying to change it in the 3D world, in the physical world, is denying that the same way of doing things is not the right way. It's not the right timing to kind of solve this in the 3D world, that he has to learn something more from this relationship before this can be solved. So he's kind of in denial about how to, no, not how to, but when it's gonna happen. He wants it to end. He's trying to end it now, I'm getting. He's trying to end this now, but it's not the right time. And his soul is telling him that he will get his wish. His soul has been told from his higher self, that's what I'm getting. From his higher self, that this change will happen and his wish will come true. I'm getting it's a different couple than the last time, I think, because this couple maybe not be in communication and maybe not even met yet, is what I'm getting. If they have met, it's briefly, and they kind of still need to learn a lot about themselves. And if they are in communication, they are really learning a lot from each other right now about who they really are. So that's what I'm getting. It's kind of an all around. It's not like last week where it was like I was getting this collective was getting ready to get into union. This collective is still learning a lot about third party, about purpose, soul purpose, about manifesting the union, about manifesting their two desires, and learning who they really are, and why they are here. But in the energies together, the union energies, we have prosperity. So there is a lot of there's a lot of flow of manifesting both abundance and this wealth, this energy of money, of richness, not money, maybe for some but not for all. This is about the richness of love, feeling each other's unconditional love. This is about feeling rich on love and letting love into your life and into your heart. It's about heart activation. It's about opening your heart to that unconditional love. So that's what's going on between them. Then we get from the fairies, we get shimmer, and sea is all about glamour, confidence, allure, and charisma. What I'm getting is there's attraction going on between these two. Let's see, there's attraction going on. If they're not communicating and not seeing each other, what is going on? They are unconsciously, those who are not in union are communicating with their twin yet, or maybe kind of walked away from each other in separation. This is about attracting each other into the world again. It's about attracting your feminine and your masculine side inside of you. It's about union in your own energy. So this is also this card from her on her side. It's about union with herself, her masculine and her feminine side. I know it's a tree person and this card of tree, but this card is about reunion and union, and this what it's saying. It's about her finding union of both her feminine and masculine energy, and usually she does that before he does. So that's really interesting. So again, I'm getting that this couple is not nearly as ready for union as last week's couple. Yeah, but I'm seeing big major changes here, and if on the masculine side is gonna change, if he gives himself peace to let this happen, because he also needs to embrace his feminine side and go with the flow, and because he's in his masculine energy, there's a lot of trying to do this keep on doing this in the physical world, and he's not letting the flow of his own energy, his feminine side, manifest. He's going too fast than his feminine side, and that's also what's going on with the feminine. If she's trying to manifest the union, that is also why she's getting these cards about going with the flow, because she can't manifest him into this world because he's not ready yet. He hasn't completed his cycle with this third party yet, but he's not in his in balance with himself yet. Now I also ask where the sole purpose is for this union right now, where they are at right now. And I got the 8, and it's about resources, goal setting, power, and authority. Sorry for my English today. I'm really tired today. A lot of energy is coming in. I can't even speak right now. Sorry for that. Executive abilities. Is that how it's pronounced? I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Work for a cause. Exercise. Sound judgment. That's not okay. Exercise. Not sound judgment. Exercise. Exercise. Doing something that you love. Volunteer work. It's also what we got last week. Volunteer. The volunteer card. So to do something that you enjoy and don't get paid for is what I'm getting. Because there's a lot of resources. It will teach you a lot of. It will give you experience about a lot of things that you need to learn if you do things that you enjoy doing instead of your ordinary work life. You maybe enjoy your ordinary work life, but sometimes you need to do something else that inspires you. And that is what this card is telling me right now. It's not about your power. It's about stepping into your own power and being authentic. It's not about being this powerful person or not to anyone but yourself. You have to show it to yourself. You have to take your own power back. Is what I'm getting. That's right. And be your own boss. Is what I'm getting. And if this is on the negative side, it's about working too hard. So again, if you are working too hard, over ambitious and materialistic, so if you have a lot about manifesting and trying and working really hard on manifesting this union, maybe you even have problems with money flow. Maybe even there's a little bit of bad communication going on between. If you're communicating with him, then there's a bad communication between you. You're kind of reflecting that onto each other because you are in the negative side of the 8. You're using your resources in a negative way. So if you are overworking or trying to manifest, or you have a lot of manifest a lot of stuff go in your life, then it's time for you to work for a cause, to exercise, volunteer work, to become more joyful with your hobbies, with the stuff that you don't get paid for. It's what I'm getting. And it's kind of, yeah, maybe that's also what's going on with feminine, and that she is doing work that she doesn't love. So it's all about she's overburdened and overworking her ass off because she's trying to manifest materialism. So she hasn't been happy because the world has told her she should be this way. Maybe because also she felt alone if she didn't do what other people told her to. So she kind of just became this quiet little lion